in an attempt to maybe get you in shape for summer,
I need it.
I brought in yet another fitness entrepreneur. His name is T Major, T-E-E Major.
I'm already.
TMajor.com. T, thanks for coming to the studio, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Not only for the fitness side, but he's also an entrepreneur. And this is part of an entrepreneurial spotlight. You started your company back in 2008, which is about the worst time anyone can start a company in the history of this country.
It was awful.
Right in the middle of the recession.
I will admit. Not a smart move on my part. I took my lumps.
But you know what? Let me tell you what happened, though. Because during that time, and I don't know what got you to start your business at that time, many Americans had to reinvent themselves. They got laid off from their jobs.
Very true.
They had nowhere to go, so either had to re-educate themselves or they started a business. And what's interesting is that you've seen over the course of 7 years, now those companies like yours are starting to employ people, starting to create economic impact. So you're one of the reasons the economy is doing better. Tell us about yourself and tell us what you did. How'd you get in business and what are you guys
What'd
doing?
you do before?
Yeah, you're exactly right. That was the worst time to start a business, and I took the traditional model of doing outdoor boot camps, training people one-on-one, and of course at that time nobody had any money to spend
on personal training.
So I'm starving, searching for clients, and then I've always really been interested in the online space, and e-commerce at the time was really on the rise. At that time, actually, most people weren't very comfortable with making purchases online, but I knew that it was just eventually that would happen. So I always knew I wanted to take my business online. So
how do you take a personal training business online? Is it
Cameras? Everybody has a camera, right?
Yeah, it's personal training is really personal, so you really have to focus on trying to get that to resonate online, right? So it's about making connections with people online.
So you created courses online.
I did. So I sell informational products, right? So I use the videos to promote the exercises, and then you sell everything in between, right? You sell the
look
workouts.
at that.
Let me tell you what. So that Swiss ball thing.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's a great core
It
exercise.
looks fun. There's the burpees.
Those are not fun.
Yeah.
That would be the worst thing in your life,
Lord.
and that isn't fun either.
I lost 2 pounds watching the video.
For our radio audience who can't see this, go to is it tmajorfitness.com?
tmajor.com, or you can just Google the 44 best bodyweight exercises ever, and this will come up on
Meaning,
YouTube.
Rusty, you don't need
Have you heard of
bands.
it?
You don't need weights. You just
your own body.
Yeah, it gets easier because your body gets lighter.
Yeah, there's limited equipment in the video, but the attempt was to create something that you can use at home or just using your body weight.
I've heard muscle weighs more than fat. So
It does.
So
To a point. But then you start losing muscle and fat takes over.
Oh, jeez.
T Major's a fitness entrepreneur. He is the founder of T Major Fitness. He joins us here in the Big Biz Show. TMajor.com. TEEMAJOR.com. Is it true you didn't spend a nickel in advertising?
I still haven't.
You don't. How?
What?
Say, because let me tell you what's happening here. You've got a big audience with American Forces Radio listening. You've got a lot of guys that are entrepreneurs trying to figure this out. How does one do a business without spending money? How did you get people to know you?
Yeah, really, it's content. Delivering good content that people are willing to share and willing to watch. So when I first started, I was struggling, to design and develop what content I was going to post online. And then when I was in Kyrgyzstan training on an Air Force base, I had a couple of special ops guys come up to me and say, "Hey, we're going downrange. The base we're going to be on is slim pickings. It's really bad. So we're looking for something to challenge us while we're out there." So I got creative and I created this video.
So let's talk about that. You are a U.S. military fitness instructor, but you are not a military guy.
I'm civilian.
They couldn't figure, out of our entire military force, they picked a guy outside the military to come train in Kyrgyzstan. To explain how that happened.
Yeah, it's interesting, but they're contracting a lot of positions that they feel like it's very easy to find the expertise elsewhere, and it's cheaper, right? They didn't have to pay me military benefits. They didn't have to keep me on for 4 years. It was really, they could have fired me at will.
Lucky you.
Lucky I was good at my job, right? So, that was my job, to motivate troops,
What were you
train them.
doing before? Just fitness training and stuff like that?
Yeah, my career has kind of progressed through the private institutions, the corporate gyms. I have my own personal training studio, and then I focused on
Tough business,
military.
by the way. I mean, especially in the day and age of fitness and well-being, it's a tough business to be in. For you to break through and find the secret sauce that no one else has found yet is a big deal. So let's talk about that. Because I think most people once they figure out they want to be in business, there's a sobering reality of realizing, where am I going to get the money to start this business?
That's right.
So did you go to a venture capital fund? Did you do private equity? Did you do family and friends? Or did you do credit card money? How did you do it?
I bootstrapped, yeah. It was credit card money. My website is $20 a month to run. I use Squarespace. I built it myself. A lot of this I had to teach myself all the systems and processes so that I could, duplicate it in the future and I can scale.
That's what happens with a lot of small businesses. You know your business. Now you got to, market it, and you got to wear all those hats.
Right.
It's the BW44 program. That means
that's right.
That's body weight 44. I'm assuming there's 44 exercises you can do with your body.
That's right. The program is designed to build up to those 44 workouts you saw in the video there.
God. All right. How about 22?
Wait a minute. So
is there a BW 22 we can start?
How about like a BW 5?
Yeah. BW 1.
So let's dip into the online business here for a minute, because the online business is unique, obviously. What's interesting about online space is it's you have a very big ocean, but if you cast, we had an online expert on one time that mentioned this. If you had a website or a newsletter for people who like to knit cat sweaters, well, there may only be 250,000 people in this world that want to knit cat sweaters, but if you captured.
Where did you get?
If you capture, I'm just saying the worst.
If you get a chunk of that,
if you capture 5% of that, and they're willing to pay you $20 a month for a newsletter,
that's right.
You got a $4 million business.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what this is about here. Is what you have to find something making your business bigger, better, faster, stronger, cheaper.
That's
some proprietary advantage. What did you think your proprietary advantage was when you? What do you think it is now? Did you even think about that when you went into this thing?
I didn't. I wasn't thinking about that, but now I understand that online business is all about conversions, right? It's all about traffic.
So let's talk about traffic and conversion. Remember, because we did a show at the Traffic and Conversion Conference a couple years ago. We did a Big Biz show to go. We brought the whole crew out there and the TV cameras. And what that was all about is people at online businesses creating traffic and then converting those to sales.
That's right.
It's
much like a shopping mall. The more people that walk into your store, the more opportunity you have for them to purchase.
Play the percentages.
So how do you increase that traffic without advertising? Just is better content, or is social media playing a big part?
That's what it's all about. People are consumers of content just like they are anything else.
Yeah.
So you have to continuously post good content that people want, and that's how you find your market.
And it works too.
Right. Yeah.
The result has to be there when you're doing those burpees and things. You're like,
exactly.
Oh, God, I feel
exactly. So if my market is people that want to get into shape, and more specifically,
old
people
that want to get into shape.
Yeah, more specific. I'm looking over at Rusty while I'm saying it, right?
Total
I'm like,
eye
you're my
contact.
market,
Locked
my
in
friend.
on this fat face goes, there you go, Jagger.
What I want to talk about though, so I'm going to keep you over. I'm going to make you stay. I know you have an appointment, but
No
you know
worries.
what? This is too good to let you go.
It's just the U.S. military that's waiting.
That's okay. Hey, not like they can fire you or anything.
It's all right.
I want to talk about two things. You had 40,000 views overnight by doing this one thing. We're gonna say what
46.
this one thing is.
Yeah.
Have to make, and how do you motivate Russ to actually do this stuff?
Yeah.
In his living room.
We can do that.
after he purchased it, because how many think
day.
about this. How many people?
Look at this. One leg, one arm push up.
Yeah.
Like that's going to happen.
You do. T. Major is in studio. He is a fitness entrepreneur, and what's most interesting about this is not just the fact that he could kick all of our asses in one fell swoop, is the fact that he was able to create a business in about the worst financial time in many of our adult history here. He started this business in 28. He built the online business himself. He did the website himself. Did the layout himself. He did not spend $1 on advertising so far.
Yeah. And did the program, made the product that we're
and Rusty Nails has been one of the innovators of the viral video. You were when you started doing the biz, what was it, the biz
Biztery?
Biz tips.
Biz tips. Where to spend your money, how to spend it.
So Russ would be on the beach somewhere, and in order to try to write that vacation off, he would do biz tips.
Very yes.
Called.
See, because the people who make money on the stock market, you're thinking, just going to make more money. No, spend it. That's what I say.
Yeah, that's right.
Spend it while you're alive.
But you were an early viral video adopter, weren't you? Talk about that. How did that?
Yeah.
I think one of the things when we have social media experts on, no one can ever really answer the question how you get people to actually look at your content. Somehow, some way, you got somebody to look at it, and then that went viral, and that's the key, right?
That's the key. That's the key. And I think it's a combination of things. I mean, YouTube wants you to believe that it's about keywords and what's gets searched, but really it's a combination of a lot of things, right? It's the thumbnail image that you use. It's the title that you use. I mean, I had the longest title ever, right? 44 best bodyweight exercises ever, which are all keyword terms that people are going to be searching for, but it's something that also grabs you, right? It's like, okay, this guy claims they're the best. Let's check this out.
So you start hashtagging no weights, you know, that type of thing, home fitness.
Right. You know, the YouTube, when you create your video and you upload it, they allow you to pick certain keywords for people that are going to be searching. And however well your video does, your video comes up higher on the search. But really, I think the video actually went viral because of the content within it, right? It was a combination of the music, and it was a combination of the exercises, and it was the progression of the exercises, right? It grabbed people.
Right.
Beginning, people were going, yeah, I can do this. Oh, it's not so hard. These aren't the best. Whoa, holy shit, look at that part.
Right, exactly.
Whoa, whoa again.
Yeah, and
whoa,
quick,
and then it gets worse.
You mentioned the video with the music.
Yeah.
Is that your music? Where'd you get the music? Do you have to pay the rights to that music?
It's borrowed, so believe it or not, I don't own the copyright for the music and that prevented me from actually making money on the YouTube video.
Oh, that's
but
what it is.
that wasn't, my
So
objective.
would original music help you?
Original music would have, yeah.
Curtis Manovich, ladies and gentlemen, has just found some more work for you. Curtis!
Yeah.
I mean, I estimated that if I would have made money off the advertisement on this YouTube video, I probably would have made 30 to 40 grand off the video.
My goodness. Hey, real quickly, I'm going to get into two things before we let you out of here today. Number one, how do you so let's say Rusty says, okay, I'm going to download some of these things. I don't like being in a gym. I'd rather do this in my home or my garage, create myself a little, and I just be by myself and anybody looking at me. How do you keep people motivated like that when they're in their homes?
Right. It's a combination of things as well. It's being connected with them, right? It's utilizing social media, continuing to talk with them, train them. I set up everything through an automated system, really, motivational emails and things. And that allows me to really connect with my audience in real time. So keeping them motivated is one built into the program. There's motivational quotes. The workouts are fun and exciting. They're always different and changing, and people get results. And when you're getting results, that's an intrinsically motivating factor right there.
Well, so for a radio audience, what you're hearing Rusty do is watch. This is you in the videos? I'm assuming. So T is in these videos. He's doing push-ups, whereby he is clapping his hands behind his back. Russ and I can't get our hands behind our back. So that's what. And then the other thing you're doing, you were doing a one-handed hang, and then you lift both of your legs up and do a. Can you?
Yep.
Russ would pay good money to be able to do that on
Triple
the beach
clap push-up. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow.
Yeah, one.
And you get a lot of people that are saying, "Oh, this is just for show. This doesn't have a real purpose."
But
listen,
if you could do that,
exactly.
Oh, look at this one.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's a tribute to Jack LaLanne, the LaLanne push-up there.
Yeah, Jack LaLanne never got out that far. I can tell you that.
He did it first. This man was amazing. He could do that with one arm, Jack LaLanne.
Hey, let's one last thing here before, I want to talk about I do want to talk about the website and how people can get involved last. But before you talk about successful online social media businesses not being as easy as it. So it's actually harder now.
It is much harder now.
Why is that?
Well, because the market's saturated, you have a lot of people that are gaining traction, but also because it's ever changing, right? Facebook constantly changes their algorithm, which for the audience listening, an algorithm is how content is populated through Facebook, right? Where it used to be Facebook wakes up one morning and they say, "Hey, images are what everybody wants," right? So we're gonna make sure, images pop up top, and then they wake up the next day and it goes, "No, everybody wants videos." Then the next day it's, "No, everybody wants to see text."
So what they're trying to they're just they're just making a moving target so more people will spend money doing
exactly. Now that's what's happening now. If you want your content to populate on other people's pages, if you want your audience to see what you're trying to give them, then you're going to have to pay for it.
Sounds like a full-time job just keeping up with...
Do you know what your...
The social media aspect, it sure is.
Well, let me
really
say, here's your next iteration is teaching brick and mortar gyms how to do what you're doing.
That's it.
Because, I mean, there's a consulting business in there for you where you've been able to do what many people are unable to do.
Yeah, that's when I get older. Right now, I just want to train and help people. Really, that's what I want to do.
Talk about the website. If people want to get involved, what do they get? And guys, bring it up, tmajor.com, and of course the BW44 program. Talk about exactly if people want to get involved in it. Is it a subscription-based sort of program, or how's it
No,
work?
it's just you purchase the whatever program you deem fit for you, and then it's delivered directly to your inbox, and then you download the program. It's good for life. Whatever you ever lose the program, misplace it, then you just email the site, and
What
it
if you
sends it
come
right
up
back
with
to
that
you.
45th body weight thing? You have to change the whole damn thing up, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, nice. What are those? Is that are those the Jane Fonda weights?
These are the
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah,
does
those
it.
are the Jane Fonda
These
weights.
like
You know, when you go to the gym, Russ,
Yeah.
there's like regular weights and stuff.
Yeah.
But then, of course, there's those little ones that are like pink and green
That's
and
good.
purple. Those
Yeah.
are called the Jane Fonda weights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, Russ, that's what you have.
What do you call that exercise, Russ?
Yeah, what is that called?
This is the flipper.
Yeah.
And what muscle is that working?
Yeah, what muscle is that working?
I'm sure there's one getting off right now.
Oh,
It's
wow.
all right, man.
One show. And he ends the show saying muscle getting off. That's great. T, thank you so much. T Major
Thank you.
Fitness, tmajor.com.